Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm gonna be reacting to Mushoku Tensei Season 2, Episode 3. So last time we had Rudy still kind of feeling, a little depressed. And it makes sense because obviously he would not have gotten over that just because getting inspired over this group of adventurers that he just met. It was just, it was more so that a little bit, it's hard to explain. But obviously he wasn't gonna get over that and just be completely fine after that. It's little steps, you know. That's what I love to say. Just steps forward and one step backwards. But the important thing is that he keeps doing it. But he met and, the guild of adventurers that he was in. Oh, they met a guy. I do not remember the guy's name, even though I was told the name in a comment, I'm pretty sure. But let's call him Greencoat. I'm sure if he keeps popping up, I'll remember eventually. But he thought that they were basically trying to steal his guild's his mission objective. Obviously that was not the case, but he got mad anyway and punched the guy with long hair. And then things got cleared up, and he actually did apologize, which is not something I expect. So he's not just a one-dimensional douchebag. But then later on they were at a tavern and they were just chilling after finishing the mission, and we had Greencoat coming again, and he was kind of having a little bit of an issue with the guy he punched, but he was like, that's fine unless you're not as worse as Rudy. He wasn't calling him Rudy, but and he went on this long tirade about the things that he completely dislikes about Rudy, and some of them perspective, right? Because through that whole thing, we did not get Rudy's thoughts, so it's just up to the viewer to interpret how he was feeling. It was not until later that we find out, just a little bit, but not that much really, how he processed that whole thing. And I will say most of it, I feel like I was like, sure, fair enough. But I still stand on the fact that Greencoat was no one to be telling Rudy all that stuff. Like, you don't know him. You don't have any right to be, going on this whole thing. Like, what? Like, yeah, that stuff did get Rudy to think and being like, maybe I do need to try harder, but the thing is, and that's the one line that actually really irked me, and it's the one that was like, oh, you think that you're the one suffering, or you're the one that you think that you're the one that it's suffering the most out of everyone. I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. And I'm like, no, what? That I have so much issue with that line, because just because someone is basically depressed and just not wanting to do anything, that doesn't mean they think they're the only ones suffering. I wanted that guy to get punched so bad just from that one thing alone. But then, yeah, the thing is that, Rudy does need to stop to be, not passive, but, like, it's not a bad thing that he wasn't confrontational there. It's more so that, you know, he was just going, oh, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And, like, don't get me wrong, I would have reacted the same way, but that doesn't mean it's a good thing. It's more so that he was like, he was apologizing, but, you know, it wasn't necessary to apologize. It was more so, you know, what should I say? It was more so that that guy wanted Rudy to, like, immediately reflect, but that's not how things work. Like, obviously Rudy would just be like, yeah, that's a freaking uncomfortable truth. Well, what the hell do you want me to say to that, you know? Sorry, I'm talking too much about this one scene, but yeah, that's the one that really stuck out to me about the whole episode. So that's the one I wanted to talk about more. I really should have rewatched it before doing the video. But yeah, I did see someone, not here, but like in another YouTube video, that it was basically like Rudy is basically going out of his way to be super extra polite, and that feels kind of like fake. So that's also probably part of why that guy feels like Rudy is just like instinctually just pushing people away. So that's another thing altogether. But then, you know, then Sara goes missing, and then Rudy goes looking for her, and then he starts thinking about all those things, and it's like, you know, what am I doing? Am I truly half-assing things? How can I try harder? And why am I doing this? Why am I go looking for her? Why does it matter so much to me? And, you know, it's true that at the end of the day, he did go looking for her. Not necessarily because he cared so much for her in a special way. Simply, he just wanted to feel useful. Basically, self-satisfaction. He wanted to do this, to do a good thing, to feel like he was actually, like he was doing something good, something of value, instead of just, you know, going on about his days without, not purposeless, but like, you know, with zero effort put in, if that makes sense. And then, you know, he gets the smile and the thank you after he saves her. And I do find it interesting that the line that he's like, oh, that, you know, being thanked for, I shouldn't be being thanked for. I'm the one that got saved. I feel like I got forgiven for everything that I've done in my life. So I wonder how literal he was being with that sentiment. But yeah, I've been talking way too much. I don't know if people really like the pre-episode discussions, if you can call them that. But the last episode was really packed. I definitely wasn't as emotional as the first episode, but I feel like there was a lot more to it that I could talk about. And just one thing, just the way that Rudy like really appreciated that everyone came back for him when those beasts, when they were doing the mission, were about to overwhelm him. Because he really didn't think that they would care enough to do that. And even he doesn't know if he would have done the same. So, yes. Okay, I think that's all, everything, I think. But I'm sure if you brought up something else, and if I had someone here with me and they brought up something else, I could easily keep going. But right now I'm not going to. That's too much. So let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so he He's just out and about with his new acquaintances. Oh. Roxy. Yeah. I just know that reunion's gonna be peak. That is, like, I expected her to be more friendly with him, but damn, this is quite the change. Oh, is she blushing? Oh, she's so embarrassed. Oh, he actually did? Yeah. He's actually not oblivious. Yeah, I haven't done it, but I really need to listen to this song in full. I just know it's gonna be even better. This is nice. I feel like Rudy needs this. I don't think this is gonna turn into a whole romantic relationship but in the long run, but I don't see nothing bad on just trying to just go on a date with Sara. She seems like a nice kid. Now that's just warmed up to him, but even before she didn't really seem like a bad one, just pretty clean and untrustworthy. Don't think about it too much. Of course, he's focusing on the lips. What is it drinking? Is there a drinking age in this world? Don't do it. Don't do it. Just wait until she says something. Okay, that was the sensible choice. Wow, he's actually learning. What do you know? Why are you thinking of that guy? Oh. She does look a little tipsy. He doesn't. You do. Definitely don't. No, she's not fully sober. Yeah, ikimasu what? I could tell. Eh. We're actually doing this? I don't know about this. Oh? What's the signal? Do they really need to censor that much? Damn, she got dressed fast. Is she actually being honest? I can't tell. Huh? I'm confused. No. Dress yourself, boy. So he would have kept going if that didn't happen. If it actually went up. Huh, so I guess he is becoming a recurring character. Oh shit! I did not expect that. He really needed this. So you don't know shit, so don't say shit. Well, he's actually talking to him about it. What is he? Oh, he doesn't want him to use Keigo. Huh. Yeah, so he's not speaking politely anymore. Oh, he's talking to him about 80s. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that's what really hit him the most. Oh no, this guy's not helping things. No, he's gonna get things even more misunderstood. No. That had nothing to do with why it is left. He should not be listening to this guy. Hmm. Oh, when? Ah, well. He really brought him to a brothel. This is not how. This is not the way to go about this. Yeah, this is not it. This is not gonna help him. Oh. I figured. What? I don't think that's it. Fear. Mm. Oh, Rudy, what are you doing with your life, buddy? Huh. I don't know about this analogy. He's drunk still? It's hard to tell. What is he looking at? Oh, she's there, isn't she? Ah, Soldat, that's his name. Well, definitely, there's no. Now that we're here, there's definitely no way he's trying it again with her. Yeah. Mm. Yep. I'm sorry, but yep. Ooh. No. I never got that. Well, yeah, last episode. Hmm. Keigo. Wow. I, uh, sure, he's just going about helping you in the wrong way. Okay. Abrupt approach. Oh, okay. Oh, what? We're getting just the ending song with credits? What is this? When was the last time we got just the ending song with the credits rolling? Not counting. Wait, did episode 0 even? You know what? Doesn't matter. Wow. This episode was. This episode was an episode, huh? Yeah, well. So let's put aside the fact that he has ED. If he didn't have it, he was most definitely going to have sex with Sara. But you know, I still don't think it was a good idea. So I do wonder, this is basically the narrative telling him he shouldn't be doing this. Now I do think she got a little bit sobered up. Oh. Oh, this is the girl that was with Roxy and the other guy. Right? That's Roxy's friend? Yeah, she was always very ready for that. Oh, since we met her. I could have sworn that's her. Letter of invitation. I'm not even gonna try to figure out what that could be about. But yeah. The narrative basically said not letting Rudy have sex because it's just not, that was not the right choice to make at that moment. Whether, like, yeah, I don't think she was as drunk as she was when they were at the bar, at the tavern. Like, it just doesn't feel right that she do that out of, what she said, obligation. That it was basically, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, it's that she was going to give her body as a reward for him saving her. That feels wrong. That, it's just, it doesn't feel quite right with me, but I can't. I'm not getting the words to explain exactly why. And like I said, it's not just him that he felt like he was owed, and it was also her that she was like, oh, I gotta pay him like this, right? He saved me, so I gotta do this. So it's like, no, you don't have to do that. And before she, he did at first was like, should I make a move or what do I do? So she was like, this this is what you do, right? But like I said, that's why I'm kind of confused of like, did she? I mean, I'm sure there was feelings there because of the last scene, otherwise she wouldn't have felt as hurt. But it was a complicated matter, so I'm glad that it didn't actually go through. But the best scene in the episode was easily Rudy beating up Soldat for, it was basically a delayed response on everything that Soldat said to him in the last episode. And, you hate everything that I've been doing, basically. Yeah, what he called it, like the creepy smile and the over politeness. Then what the hell do you want me to do then? Do you want me to be exactly like you? I can't do that. I can't risk it. Because I'm scared that people will not want to spend time with me if I do then. So that's kind of like also putting on to Rudy. Like kind of showing that he is indeed putting on kind of a fake cover so that people will like not really putting on his true self. But I feel like at the same time, like who actually does put on their full true selves out to the world? Who really is? It's just kind of feeling kind of like not philosophical, but sure. Who is their full selves at all times with everyone? That's just not a thing. That's just not how people work. They'll obviously change how they act or how they speak, depending on the person they're speaking to, or in the environment that they're in. But going back to this, basically, Rudy is doing this consciously at the very least. He's very aware of that, at least ever since Soldat called him out on it. Putting up this front, that nothing phases him. He's always like, yeah. And even though the mask cracks, he tries to keep it on regardless, because he thinks that if he doesn't, then people will just leave him more easily, because he's developed abandonment issues, very understandably so, though he doesn't understand the why. He keeps getting thrown into the wrong directions of that. If you did this, then Eddies wouldn't have left or whatever, even though that's completely not the case. Up to the point that I'm even questioning whether Rudy even read the note that he found in the tent back in the last episode. No, in the second to last episode of season 1. But yeah, Rudy was just completely fed up with everything and just let it all out. And it just exploded towards Soldat's face. And I really like that. Like, you really get to see how Rudy was feeling with no filter. But if I could keep acting cocky anyway, I would do it too. Yeah. So he doesn't just act all polite, because that's how he actually feels like he wants to do, because that's just being nice. It's because he wants other people to like him. There's so many things I could say about this scene. But I think that this scene speaks for itself, really. And just, the way that he goes from hitting Soldat repeatedly to just full on just grabbing his clothes and crying and almost like curling into a ball. And then he actually bonds with the guy. It starts talking about his problems with him and what he believes are the root cause of his current predicament. Why did Iris leave me? He still doesn't know, or he just cannot comprehend it. He really, really, really cannot see it from her perspective. But it's also because his self-esteem is up in the dumps. So he really cannot even get to the conclusion that, she'd want to protect me. She would have felt bad that she wasn't able to do anything back in the Orsted conflict. So she wants to be stronger so she can be with me. But he can't really fathom that she would feel that she would not put him on the pedestal, because that's not what she does. But she does feel like he's above her. Then we get to the brothel scene, and nothing was gonna get resolved there. And then we get to, they're walking, and then they get there, and then Rudy stops talking stupid shit, and rightfully gets slapped by Sara. Because, it did seem like Rudy was a little bit drunk. the slap really did seem to, really sober him up. He was just really... he was just... I don't think he really was meaning the things that he was saying. He was just saying it because, he was hurt, so... basically trying to say, I don't care about that stuff. I can just keep going, whatever. Fuck her, right? When in reality, that's not at all what he was actually feeling. But he was trying to put up a front for Soldat, who didn't even really need it. Yeah, it was... he started when he said she told me it was an obligation. Yeah. He was basically saying, I don't feel anything towards her. She doesn't, so why should I? And things kept going downhill from there. And that really shocked me, though. The fact when he just dropped to his knees, and then it looked like he grabbed the knife and he was it was going towards his neck, but Soldat actually stopped it. Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't think Rudy was gonna go that far for that. That he was gonna feel so desperately, well, let's just say it, suicidal. And you completely can see the life leaving his eyes, the little life that he had. Just completely drained from those green circles. Until Soldat just says, you can come with me. And he starts to look back up again. And starts to reassess his opinion about the guy. Like I said, I don't really think they're going about this the right way. Well, Soldat kind of did a little bit of basically saying you need to build a strong, solid emotional connection first before actually trying this again, and feeling like they won't leave you the day after. Which that I do agree with that. We'll see how they're gonna continue on with this. Should I call it subplot, or are we in a whole arc now? Yeah, Rudy's ED arc. But yeah, that was. I did not expect this video to be as long as it is now. But this was a Mushoku Tensei episode. Now when I saw what was going on, you know, that he was not getting it up, I was like, wait a minute, I do know about this, and I think I was spoiled that he was gonna go through this, but that's all I know. I just didn't know how it's gonna come into the scene, but I did know it was gonna be treated as something of a serious part of Rudy's character arc, which, you know, we'll see how it gets handled. But yeah, I've talked enough. If you enjoyed my reaction to this episode, please like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.